Simón Bolívar. The name rings out through history. He's a symbol of independence, a shining light of freedom. From the windy plains of Venezuela to the tall Andes Mountains, his name stirs up strong feelings. He is the Liberator, a title he earned through bloodshed, sacrifice, and a never-ending commitment to freeing South America. Bolívar's life was a whirlwind of revolution. He challenged powerful empires and went beyond what anyone thought possible. His story shows us how powerful one person's will can be. He reshaped a whole continent and inspired many generations to fight for freedom. This is the legacy of Simón Bolívar, a legacy woven into what it means to be Latin American, a legacy that still gives people hope and encourages them to seek justice. Simón Bolívar was born into a rich family in Caracas, Venezuela, but his childhood was filled with sadness. He lost both his parents when he was very young. Orphaned but not defeated, young Simón was raised by his caring tutor, Simón Rodriguez. Rodriguez taught him to love learning. He introduced Bolívar to important books written by Enlightenment thinkers. These books sparked something inside Bolívar. He learned about the ideas of Locke, Rousseau, and Montesquieu. He started to question why the colonial system was so unfair. His privileged life was very different from the suffering of his people. The beginnings of revolution started during these early years. Bolívar's sharp mind and kind heart couldn't ignore the injustice he saw all around him. Bolívar grew up during a time of big changes. Born into a wealthy family in Caracas, Venezuela, he was exposed to the privileges and responsibilities of the elite. However, the winds of change were blowing across the Spanish colonies. The Spanish colonies in the Americas were restless. The people were growing tired of the oppressive rule and heavy taxation imposed by the Spanish crown. The desire for independence was simmering beneath the surface. The fires of revolution, started in the north, were spreading south. Inspired by the American and French revolutions, the colonies in Latin America began to dream of their own freedom and self-governance. Bolívar, now a young man, traveled to Europe. This journey was not just a physical one, but also an intellectual and emotional voyage. He was eager to learn from the old world and bring back ideas that could help his homeland. He saw Napoleon rise to power and then fall. This dramatic turn of events left a deep impression on Bolívar, showing him both the potential and the pitfalls of revolutionary leadership. He met revolutionaries and smart thinkers, which made him want change even more. The Enlightenment ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated with him deeply, fueling his desire to see his own people free. In 1805, standing on Monte Sacro in Rome, Bolívar made a promise. This was a pivotal moment in his life, a solemn vow that would guide his future actions. He swore to free his homeland. This oath was not just words, it was a commitment that would shape his destiny and the destiny of an entire continent. He pledged his life to freeing South America from Spanish rule. This was a monumental task, but Bolívar was determined and unwavering in his resolve. This promise became his guiding light. It was a beacon that led him through the darkest times and the most challenging battles. It put him on a path he couldn't turn back from. Bolívar knew that his mission was fraught with danger, but he was ready to face any obstacle for the sake of his people's freedom. He returned to Venezuela, changed by what he had seen and learned. The experiences and knowledge he gained in Europe had transformed him into a visionary leader. Talking was over. It was time for action. Bolívar began to rally the people, inspiring them with his vision of a free and united South America. Bolívar, the once idealistic young man, was now a revolutionary leader, ready to fight for his people's freedom. His journey from a privileged youth to a determined liberator was just beginning, and the seeds of revolution he planted would grow into a movement that changed the course of history. Bolívar's military campaigns were the stuff of legends. His journey was not just about battles, but about a vision for a free and united South America. He led armies across dangerous mountains and hot plains, overcoming natural obstacles that seemed insurmountable. He fought with a determination that never wavered, even when the odds were against him. His charisma inspired soldiers and regular people alike, rallying them to the cause of independence. He became a symbol of hope against oppression, a beacon for those yearning for freedom. From the Battle of Carabobo, which won Venezuela's independence, to other significant battles like the big victory at Boyaca, which freed New Granada, now Colombia, Bolivar's impact was undeniable. Bolivar's strategic brilliance was clear. His ability to plan and execute complex military maneuvers set him apart. He led his troops with courage, often against a much stronger enemy, showing that determination could overcome sheer numbers. His victories were hard-earned, won through smart planning and bravery, and they inspired many. Freeing Ecuador, Peru, and Upper Peru, later Bolivia, was a monumental achievement. These victories cemented Bolivar's place as El Liberator, a title that resonated deeply with the people. His name became a symbol of freedom and independence all over the continent, a legacy that endures to this day. He had done the impossible, breaking free from colonial rule and creating new nations, forever changing the course of history in South America. Bolivar wanted more than just freeing individual countries. He dreamed of a united South America, a continent free from fighting within and threats from outside. His dream started to come true with the creation of Gran Colombia, a republic that joined what is now Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, and Ecuador. But this big project faced many problems. Disagreements, regional interests, and political rivalries threatened to tear apart Bolivar's grand vision. The unity he so badly wanted seemed to get further away with each passing day. Despite these setbacks, Bolivar never stopped believing in a united Latin America. He spoke passionately about unity. He believed it was the only way to protect the newly won independence and secure the continent's future. His words, full of passion and conviction, inspired many. Bolivar's journey was full of personal sacrifices. He faced betrayal, people trying to kill him, and the loss of close friends and fellow soldiers. The responsibility of leadership was a heavy burden, but he kept going, driven by his strong belief in his cause. He gave everything to building a new society based on freedom and justice. He wrote constitutions, supported education, and fought against slavery. But his efforts often met with resistance and pushback. The stress of his duties and the constant struggles made him sick. The once strong general was now weak. Disappointed but not defeated, Bolivar continued to fight for his vision. He stayed true to the principles that had always guided him. Simón Bolívar died on December 17, 1830, at the age of 47. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy, like the man himself, lived on. He left behind a changed continent. He had broken the chains of colonialism and lit the fire of liberty. Bolivar's ideals still inspire people throughout Latin America and the world. His writings inspired generations of leaders and revolutionaries. His words are heard in government buildings and in people's hearts. His struggles and sacrifices remind us that freedom is precious. They show us how important unity, justice, and working together for the common good are. Bolivar's legacy proves that ideas can shape history and inspire change. Bolivar's dream of a truly united Latin America hasn't happened yet, but his vision still inspires. His ideals of working together, cooperation, and shared success still drive regional efforts. From the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America, known as ALBA, to the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, CELAC, we can see Bolivar's vision in these modern-day alliances. They represent a continued effort towards unity and cooperation. Bolivar's legacy goes beyond political borders. He is a symbol of liberation, not just in South America, but for oppressed people everywhere. His name is spoken by those fighting for freedom and self-determination. His words are a light of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest times we must never give up on freedom. Today, monuments and statues of Bolivar stand tall across the continent he freed. These statues are not just stone and metal, they are symbols of the enduring spirit of freedom and independence that Bolivar championed. Each monument tells a story of struggle, sacrifice, and ultimate victory over oppression. Schools, universities, and town squares carry his name. These institutions serve as daily reminders to the young and old alike of the values Bolivar stood for. They are places where the next generation learns about their heritage and the importance of fighting for justice and equality. His picture is on money and stamps. These images circulate widely, ensuring that Bolivar's legacy reaches every corner of society. They are a testament to his lasting impact on the nation's identity and pride. He is remembered in songs, poems, and stories told through generations. These cultural expressions keep his memory alive, allowing each generation to connect with Bolivar's ideals in a personal and meaningful way. But more than just physical reminders, Bolivar's true legacy lives in the hearts and minds of the people. His influence is seen in the way people come together to celebrate his life and achievements, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. It is in the spirit of never giving up, the pursuit of social justice, and the lasting belief in a better future that his spirit truly lives on. Bolivar's ideals inspire activism and community efforts, driving people to work towards a more just and equitable society. Simón Bolívar's life showed the power of one person's commitment to liberty and justice. His speeches and writings continue to be studied and admired, offering timeless lessons on leadership and courage. His legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that the fight for freedom is a fight that never ends, and it is a fight worth our dedication and sacrifice. Bolívar's vision of a united and free Latin America remains a guiding light for many. The Liberator may be gone, but his dream, like the spirit of Latin America itself, will never die. His vision continues to shape the continent, inspiring hope and resilience in the face of challenges.